So one of the questions I get asked regularly is now a good time to get back into Destiny? Now, first of all, I completely understand there's a lot of people who decided to leave the game due to the repetitive nature of the game, go off, play something else, have a break for it, and then come back, or come back when House of Wolves drops. For myself and my fire team, or our fire team, we have put in mostly over 1,000 hours per player. So myself, my partner, my admins and all that, I think we're all cracked over 1,000 hours each. One question I get asked is now the time to come back and to start playing the House of Wolves, or should I wait until the House of Wolves drops on Wednesday morning, and should I then come back and start playing the game? It's a really good question, actually, to be honest. The reason why is because at the moment, okay, true, some of the content has come through in Destiny at the moment. We are getting the Queen's Emissary to come back. She's in the tower currently now giving out bounties. We are picking up things called treasure keys. We are even picking up the coins for the Trials of Osiris. Now, I know a few people, not just that, but also it's like some of the weapons too, like the Scorch Cannon and stuff, are also in the game now at the moment. I would suggest to people, if you are going to come back to play House of Wolves, now would be the best time, if not already, to get into the game and to start getting used to the movement and everything now. There are currently, I think, 5 or 6 bounties that are already out. The Scorch Cannons are out. The chests are all appearing. This is stuff that you are hopefully going to be familiar with by the time the House of Wolves has dropped, and this is why I think Bungie has gone through and given it to us all early, so that we get used to using this sort of stuff. They don't want people to jump in, to do the strikes and get in there and think, oh shit, the Scorch Cannon, what am I supposed to do with this? Or what firing mechanisms am I using? Am I supposed to hold it down, or do I just fire it, or whatever? They want people to be familiar with the gun beforehand, because that way when we all get in there, everybody's on the plan straight, everybody knows what to do, and it's just a case of just going in and trying not to horribly die. But everybody knows what they got to do, and it makes it a lot easier. Now, also things like the keys and stuff like that. The treasure keys are dropping. Still to this time, I do not have a single treasure key. I've got 3 characters, and I've basically spent the past 3 days running around getting treasure out of a treasure chest, and I still do not have a single key. Now, I know you can hold up to 5 maximum, I believe is the number, and there is obviously a glitch where you can actually go through and use the same chest and get that multiple times. But apart from that, I haven't been doing that myself yet recently, because one of the guys only just told me about it tonight, so I've only just found out about it. But this is the sort of stuff that we presume you are going to need when it gets into the House of Wolves. Now, these keys, we don't know exactly what they're going to be used for at the moment. That obviously is a lot of guesswork, but I'm presuming there are rumors going around that they are going to be used for opening up the chests for the rewards for once you complete the strike. Now, I presume obviously you're going to have a chance of dropping these keys when you finish the strike, but obviously if you're going into the strike with already 5 keys, hopefully then obviously, or 4 of them, you'd want 4 I suppose, because that way if you ever do pick up another one you won't be able to pick it up. But if you do go into the strike with at least one of these keys, Hopefully then, if you don't get the key to drop then you'll still be able to get some loot. And I think that's why a lot of people at the moment are collecting these keys and trying to secure them as many as they can. But keep in mind, you can only have 5 per character, and I think you can have 5 in your vault. So you can technically have 10. Another thing that's dropping at the moment is the Trials of Osiris, the tokens or the passages to get into that. I got one of those today. I jumped into Crucible to complete a single bounty because I needed to do the 5 bounties from Eris. Won the game and got the Trials of Osiris key or coin. It was a complete fluke. I'm not sure if anybody else grabbed it or got one. And as soon as I got it, I left because I just had to get that bounty done. But obviously I'm at the moment leveling up as much of my gear as I can, ready for House of Wolves. So I just wanted the bounty done. But obviously I've got that Trials of Osiris now, so I can just go straight in. Theoretically, I'm presuming once you get the Trial of Osiris passage thing, the passage coin, you can then go buy your ticket for the Trials of Osiris, and you can start doing that straight away. Now I know that there is a delay between House of Wolves and Trials of Osiris. I believe Trials of Osiris comes out on the Friday or our Saturday because I'm in Australia. So you can still obviously get the Trials of Osiris coins and stuff like that on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, up until when Trials of Osiris drops. But that obviously, if you've got those at the moment, it's obviously going to help you because it's something less you have to worry about getting between then and the weekend. Also, things like the Scorch Cannons. There's the Scorch Cannons are currently dropping at the moment, and people are having a lot of fun with them. If you don't get into the House of Wolves, and if you don't start playing it now, when you do get into the House of Wolves, it's going to be a case of what do I do with this thing? At least now, by getting in and doing the quests and practicing with the Scorch Cannon, hopefully by the time the strikes come through and we can jump straight into them, then obviously we can go through and hopefully be familiar enough with it that we can always, kill some bad guys. So there's also that too, giving us practice to use that as well. Also, it gives you a chance to play with the enemies too. I know a lot of my guys in my group have been saying about these guys being OP. The reason why I think they come off as OP is because, now this is a complete guess, I'm only guessing here, but I think Bungie has put these guys in the game deliberately harder to kill than everybody else because this is what we're going to be fighting in the House of Wolves strike. They don't want to be putting out these guys that are level 30 that you can run around and clobber to death with a baseball bat, because that's not what it's going to be like when we jump into the house. They want people to realize that this is the House of Wolves. These are the guys that are in the House of Wolves. This is how hard they're going to be when they're level 30. Now, obviously, the raids for House of Wolves, there are ones, I think it's there's one that's 34, and then there's the one that's level 35. The guys that we're fighting at the moment on Earth, Moon, Venus are only level 30 from memory. Now, if these guys are this tough to kill now, imagine a level 35. Because the max cap that we have is 34. So we're going to be one level behind them anyway. So we're going to be dealing less damage. Not to mention the fact that the guys that we're shooting at the moment are level 30, and it's taking a lot to drop those. So look, guys, I would say yes, it's definitely a good time to jump into the House of Wolves, get